Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a wig tutorial today to show you how you can, get this look. So today I actually have on a frontal wig. I know, right? Looks bomb. Looks so bomb. So today I have in a frontal. I could put the measurements down below. I'm not really sure at the moment. And I have in 2 bundles. I got the hair from what's her name? I don't get this wrong. It's called Meek Mink Collection. Yeah. I'm gonna put the link down below, and the link down below to her website. Her hair is bomb, and the first thing that noticed me was her model that she said on Twitter, and it was like, good hair doesn't have to be expensive, and that touched me right here. But anyway, for this tutorial I'll just be showing you how the bundles, and if you want another video on how I installed my wig onto my head or how I styled it with these bomb curls, let me know. But anyway, let's get to the tutorial, and like, subscribe, and share me with your auntie, your uncles, your cousin, and your grandmas, because grandmas love the wigs. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, so for this tutorial, you're going to need a weaving cap, needle and thread, and also the hair you're going to be using. For mine, I use a frontal and 2 bundles. The bundles I'm using is 14 and 16, and because of their shortness, they're more dense in a way, so I really only needed 2 because of the frontal. So we're going to start with me threading the needles. Basically for mine, I just double threaded and I put 2 knots in it. Just for me, it adds a little bit more security and stability. Next, you're going to see me place the frontal around the band. I placed the frontal around the band because that's where my hairline is going to fall, and I want my frontal to fall where my hairline is. I'm going to use clips to hold down the frontal in a way of pinning it down, just so that when I sew it down, it doesn't move. I'm also going to use clips in the back to remove the excess hair out the way so that it doesn't get in a way connected between the net, the thread, and everything tangled onto it, because that's not going to be a good look. Now I'm going to start sewing the frontal down. I'm going to start my first stitch on the band of the weaving cap. This is just so that after we cut the excess, it's connected to the band, because the band's going to be stretching and it's going to cause your wig to be more durable on your head without slipping. For sewing down the frontal, it's important that you use small stitching just so that the frontal doesn't look too bumpy, it lays flat, and everything just holds tight. You also want to make sure you sew the frontal down onto the band. It's a band on the outer side of the frontal, and that just in a way is there for you to sew down, so use it. I sew down my frontals in 3 different sections. I do from the ear to the eyebrow, or the arch of the eyebrow, which I'm pointing to now. And I do from the arch of the eyebrow to the next arch of the eyebrow, and then from the arch of the eyebrow to the ear on the other side. This sewing it down 3 different sections just causes it to lay flatter to me, and it stops the thread from pulling. Most people can sew it down, but it's just not for me. And make sure you sew it down onto the band. That just is going to make it look bomb on your head, and it just causes more stability and everything. And you just want to make sure that it's laying flat in the way you want it to lay while you're sewing it down, because it's all about the foundation, people. You got to make sure it's sewn down the way you want it to be before you start styling it. Now we're going to start sewing down the bundles. The bundles I'm going to sew down in a U shape. This, in a way, is like a smiley face. It kind of just causes the bundles to push themselves into the frontal because you don't want to have a frontal wig that looks like it's a demarcation section between the frontal and the bundles. So the U shape, the smiley face, however you want to call it causes the hair to, in a way, be pushed into the sides of the frontal so that it doesn't look like it's a demarcation area. And once you style it, it will lay flat and everything. As you get to the crown of your head, you're going to notice more of the shape that we're trying to get, the smiley face, but you'll also notice that you can't really get that shape without causing bulkiness. So when I get to top, I start going upside down and side to side. It just makes it lay flatter and gives you the look that you're going for. Now that we're done sewing the bundles in, we're just going to take the rest of the excess net off. So you're going to take your wig off, flip it inside out. Once you finish doing that, I just go down and just cut straight down the middle and then handle the sides. It's easier for me. It's important that you don't cut too close to the stitching because you don't want the hair to start releasing, the fabric to start coming apart. So I just go cut the excess and then I'll go back, and if I see any flyaways I'll go back and cut those in a way so that it looks more neat and presentable if your wig's on and if it's off. So now that we're finished with that, we're going to go ahead and cut off the rest of the lace that's on the wig. For me, I just go ahead and I use clips and my brush to push back the rest of the hair, the baby hairs and everything, so that they don't end up accidentally getting cut off. Once I'm done with that, my mannequin is giving me so much trouble. Y'all, I swear she's sweet, but she's just acting up today. So now we're going to go back and cut the rest of the lace off, and for me, I just go with my shears and take off the big chunk of the lace just to get it out the way before customizing it the way I want or the way that whoever wants it. Once we're finished with that, I'm going to go back and in a way customize it however I want it. Okay, so now that we're finished, you should be able to see the seamless. Oh my goodness, she's giving me so much hair. But once you sometimes for her, I use a cap on it just so her head isn't so slippery. So I use one of the wig caps that sometimes I use under my wigs on my real head just to give her a little bit more stiffness So once I use that and I put it on, you can see the seamlessness between the frontal and the roots and how the hair is falling and everything. Now once you're done with this, you're all ready to style. Or when you put the wig on, you can actually finish cutting the lace to how you want it and how it falls on your head and how you want it. And after that, you can go back, curl it, style it, and install it. Ready to go. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel with